Mic check. What's going on, world? It's your boy Sauce Brady, and I'd like to welcome you back to the fifth episode of season 4 of the Roll Up Podcast. As always, I'd like to thank everybody for y'all continuous support. I appreciate all the likes, comments, and shares that y'all been showing love with via social media, and it really means a lot. And it's really helping pushing the campaign forward and getting the campaign put in front of the right people. I'm also extending the invitation, if you haven't done so already, to please follow the Roll Up Podcast via Instagram. You can also follow the Sauce Factory store, and you will receive 30% off lifetime coupon, so you can grab your merch whenever you want to and get some love shown by the Roll Up Podcast. Also, would invite you, if you haven't done so again, to check out the SauceBradyExperience.com. That's the official hub of the Roll Up Podcast. So you'll be able to see everything that I'm working on, all the new content that's being put out on the regular. Again, my first book is available via Amazon and Barnes & Noble. It's titled Here's the Truth. And then my second book, You Deserve Better, is on the way. It will be done in a couple of weeks. Again, if you haven't done so already, please like, comment, and subscribe to the campaign. The next 50 people to subscribe to the campaign will get a 30% off discount, a lifetime coupon from the Roll Up Podcast, and you'll also get a free PDF version of my book, Here's the Truth. I hope everyone enjoyed their 4th of July festivities and had a great time with their loved ones, but it's time to get back to work. The last episode, we talked about giving ourselves grace, and today's episode is going to kick us back into gear to help us get to where we got to go. As I mentioned before, my second book, You Deserve Better, is on the way. And to give you a little something to think about until the book is finished, the main center focus of this book is being about you deserve better. And the main question that I have to ask is, how long are you going to wait? The quote for today's episode is by the late Stoic Epictetus. How long are we going to wait before we demand better of ourselves? As I've said countless times before, the past has happened and there's nothing we can do about it. The future hasn't happened yet, so again, there's nothing we can do about it. The past has happened, it's gone, there's nothing we can do about it. But what we can do is spend time in the present and make sure we handle business today to prepare for a better tomorrow. Now, before I continue, I gotta warn you that I'm gonna say action a lot. I'm gonna say the word active a lot, because action is the secret. So just be prepared. I'm going to say that a lot. As I touched on the last episode, we have to give ourselves grace and embrace our shortcomings in order to move forward in our life. In case you aren't familiar, with the term Stoic, by definition, it is a person who can endure pain and hardship without complaint. Stoicism was once a lesson that were taught to men in order for them to be effective members of today's society. But in today's time, anyone can practice the art of being stoic. And then in today's episode, I'm going to dive into how we can apply such lessons to our everyday life. Doing the shadow work is often an unpleasant feeling. Recovering from hurt is a painful but necessary part of the process that can't be skipped. The only true way to healing is to understand that the true power lies in handling business in the present. Time itself has always been one of man's greatest gifts, but if squandered, it's man's greatest curse. In fact, some people have gone to the extreme to extend their time. Some people believe that they can call the cryonic center in Arizona and be frozen up until a certain point in time, only to be thawed out and really be out of time. No pun intended. Even the Avengers, they went on the time heist to undo the snap from Thanos. But regardless of how we try to manipulate it, the only true measurement of time that we have control over is the present. The past, again, is only a figment of our imagination. So is the future. But the true gift is in the current moment, or the present. Being where we are is one of the key elements into changing the way we attract life situations. If we continue to replay the negative events in our life, we are ruining the present moment by thinking about things that happened in the past. Worrying about the past takes time away from the present moment. Complaining about certain situations takes time away from where you could be doing something to fix those situations. Only when we learn to take control of the present will we be able to make the necessary changes in order to evolve. Being active in the present is the only way we can take control of the wheel in order to steer us in the direction we are going. By changing our perspective, we can change our perception. Meaning, I hate to be cliche when I say this, but when we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. There have been many situations in my life where I've had everything I asked for, but because I lacked the awareness and gratitude in the moment, I conjured up a way to self-sabotage my blessings. And I speak a lot about self-sabotage, but when you look at it, at the situations that's gone bad in our life, whether we want to acknowledge it or not, in some way, shape, or form, we've played a part in spoiling great moments by being anxious of what's to come. When we talk negatively to ourselves and speak words of lack into our subconscious, we are secretly planning our own demise. We sometimes have the tendency of blaming other people in certain situations for why we haven't pursued our passions and delayed stepping into our calling. But I get it. Bad things happen in our lives that we have no control over. But what if I told you that those moments where our faith is being tested were designed to trip us up? When we look at the adversity we encounter on the daily, bills, the unfairness on our jobs, the mountains we must climb to evolve, it is our attitude that determines what happens next. By being active in the present, we see what lies ahead, but we choose to focus on the mission at hand. Yes, it is 1,000% easier said than done, but when we look at the people who've done what we are trying to do, they too have had their moments of doubt. They too have had a series of unfortunate events attempt to derail them from their purpose. But the one thing that they did that we should strive for every day is to keep our feet moving in the direction of our dreams. By keeping our feet moving, I mean we express gratitude for where we are in our journey. Even if it is for 15 minutes a day, dedicating some time to our goals will make a huge difference. When we do gratitude exercises, we are expressing thanks for everything that is going right in our lives. We may not be where we want to be, but let's name at least 10 things we should be grateful for every morning. We got a chance to wake up. We got a chance to have access to 24 hours to rewrite the journey. With access to all 5 senses, our lights came on, our toilets work, we have food in the crib, we have hot water, and those are just the basics. But counting our victories, both big and small, play a huge factor in being present in the moment. By expressing gratitude for today, we are choosing to tend to our garden. We are choosing who we want to be versus worrying about who we were. We are putting action into changing our situation instead of focusing on where we went wrong and why. The power of changing your perspective is an instrumental part of making it to the person we desire to be. There have been times in my life recently where relationships have gone bad. There have been times where my finances were in shambles. There have been times where I felt like I should be in a different position. But I've learned that if I was supposed to be somewhere else, I would already be there. But since I'm not where I want to be, it's 100% up to me if I get there. It's 100% up to me to seize the moment by being grateful to have experienced these hardships and understanding that hard times will pass. I'm here today to tell you that you being depressed about a certain situation is holding you hostage and confining you to the situation. I'm here to tell you that the anxiety you feel is your mind playing tricks on you, trying to guess the outcome of situations that will only happen in your mind. The only true way to combat these negative feelings is being active in the moment. The more time you spend in both the past and the future, it is stealing time away from you today to work towards your mission. Not trying to downplay anything that's happening in your life, but a simple dose of gratitude can take you farther than any dose of doubt ever will. As Mel Robbins put it, action is the secret. The more we take action today, the less time we have to anticipate what happens tomorrow. Yes, it is easier said than done, but the more we put forth an effort to get better, the less we have to worry about what we could be doing. Action beats procrastination. It beats self-doubt. It beats insecurity. It trumps anxiety by a long shot. The issue lies in us wanting to do the dirty work. By doing the dirty work, I'm referring to confronting the demons that are holding us hostage, and crippling our creativity. I'm referring to that self-doubt that keep us from applying to that job or moving on from that relationship. Transmuting that hurt that we've endured into a positive action is the best way to chase down our dreams. Everything takes energy. It takes energy to eat food. It takes energy to poop it out. It takes energy being around high vibrational people, and it takes energy to survive being around Debbie Downers. To turn that energy that we would use to complain about our situation could very well be the energy that catapults us to the next level. My question for you today is along the lines of that opening quote. How long are you going to wait until you demand the best for yourself? How long are you going to delay your calling by being comfortable? The most dangerous place to be is comfortable and complacent. Most people will hear this and they'll turn their nose up at the last statement until they realize they've been going above and beyond for the bare minimum. They're going to scoff until they realize that they are really passionate about insert whatever your dream is here, but haven't put any effort into getting there. Like the old saying says, you will continue to get what you've been getting by doing what you've been doing. Starting today, I challenge you to no longer be comfortable with playing small. If you want to see drastic changes in your life, it starts by being present. It starts by being where you are when you are there. You may not be where you want to be mentally, but every day you're taking strides in the right direction. As long as you are moving, it doesn't matter the pace. As long as you're moving, that's what counts. When things don't come to us when we want them, life is teaching us to be patient. As the church folks say, until another door opens, I'm going to praise them in the hallway. Be present and be grateful and watch how things turn around. You deserve better. Like I said in that first episode a while back, you deserve better. You deserve a better way of showing up for yourself, a better way of treating yourself, a better way of loving yourself. We can only do better and get better by demanding higher results, by putting forth more effort into our focus. Staying focused on the mission at hand will cause us to lose interest in what everybody else is doing. By blocking out distractions and surrounding ourselves with people who want us to win will put us in an environment to succeed beyond our wildest imagination. As always, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in to today's episode. I hope I said something powerful to speak life into your vision and bring clarity on your journey today. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the podcast. The next 50 people to subscribe to the podcast will get a nice little hookup. Be sure to follow the Roll Up Podcast via Instagram. Make sure you follow the Sauce Factory Store via Instagram. Make sure you check out the SauceBradyExperience.com. Make sure you check out thebeardedblogger.com. thebeardedblogger.medium.com. And again, as always, thank you for tapping in. It's your boy. I'm out. Peace.